Assalamualaikum and a very good morning I bid to everyone. So for today, my partner and I will talk about diabetes in Malaysia. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Nur Shafiqa binti Nazaruddin and my partner.
And my name is Fatin Hanifah binti Faisal.
So for today's presentation, all of the information that we gather are basically from Malaysian Endocrine and Metabolism Society, which is also known as MEMS, and also University of Medical Center, Kuala Lumpur. This is to ensure that all of the information is trustworthy. Fatin, do you mind explaining to me what is diabetes actually?
Of course, Shafiqa, diabetes is the classic chronic disease that requires a multidisciplinary care team approach to provide comprehensive management to reduce complications, both acute as well as in the long term. So basically, diabetes cases refers to instances of individual diagnosed with diabetes where a chronic condition characterized by high blood sugar levels due to insufficient insulin production, insulin resistance, or basically both. There are also a few types of diabetes, which are type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and gestational diabetes, which this can be autoimmune, lifestyle related, and triggered during a pregnancy. There are also a few effects of diabetes cases in Malaysia. The first one, there are many individuals suffer from the health complications like cardiovascular diseases, kidney failure, and neuropathy, which obviously can significantly increase morbidity and mortality rates. And the second effect of diabetes cases in Malaysia is due to the rising of obesity, largely due to the high rates of sedentary lifestyle and unhealthy dietary habits, which is primarily observed among urban population in Malaysia.
So the central idea for diabetes in Malaysia is that diabetes is a chronic condition that requires an effective management through lifestyle changes, which is, for example, going out for a more healthy lifestyle by going out for a jogging or even a brisk walk early in the morning or even in the evening. Next is through medication, which has been prescribed by the doctor itself, and also it requires a regular monitoring. All of these steps are to prevent any complication and to maintain the health itself, and to also increase awareness and education towards everyone.
Okay, actually there are two types of chart that we chose for our topics, which is a pie chart and a bar chart. For the pie chart, it is about a place of treatment in Malaysia. Meanwhile, for the bar chart, it is about the identification of health damage or disease that diabetes can cause. As you can see in the slide here, it is a pie chart that was taken from the Asian Endocrine Journal from 2015. It shows the usual place of treatment for patients that diagnosed with diabetes in Malaysia. In here, you can see the pie chart. There are 6 sectors in it, which are the Ministry of Health clinic with a 56%, Ministry of Health hospital with 24.6%, 15% for private clinics, 2.5% from private hospital, self-medicate with 1.7%, and lastly with 0.2% for TCM, or also known as a traditional and complementary medicine. So, the healthcare system in many developing nations, including Malaysia, is typically structured around 2 main types of facilities, which are hospital-based and outpatient, and also primary care clinic, or also can be called as hospitals and clinics, just like I said earlier due to the pie chart here. Next, from the research that we got for our topic and our presentation, and to be specific, which is about the place of treatment, it is related to the diabetes care management, which understanding where patients seek treatment is crucial, as this disease is a serious sickness, as Shafiqa has mentioned earlier in the introduction. In the research also, for our topic, it indicates that a significant majority of individuals with the diabetes, with approximately 80%, are receiving care primarily in primary care clinics and hospital-based clinic, which I already conveyed based on the pie chart here in the slide itself. So there are much of the diabetes care model has to be designed around Ministry of Health in Malaysia, which particularly the primary care clinic that has carrying much of the burden here in Malaysia itself. Next, for the bar chart part, it will be explained by Shafiqa, my partner.
Moving on is a complication of diabetes. As we all know, diabetes is a disease which can lead to another health complication. As we can see through the bar chart here, the highest would go to amputation, which is basically where you cut your leg and all, with a percentage of 95%, eye damage with a 93%, kidney damage with a 91%, the nerve damage with 84%, and the lowest would go to the heart damage with a 75%. In a nutshell, we then can conclude that diabetes is one of a serious disease in Malaysia. That is why Malaysians coming from all ages and gender should take a cautious step with their health. That is why we can take a few steps to ensure that we maintain our health. One of it is to go for a healthy lifestyle by going out for a jog or even a brisk walk at least 3 times a week. Next is to also take a balanced diet. We can try to eat according to the food pyramids. Last but not least is to also ensure that we get a proper treatment based on the places that Fatin had mentioned earlier.
Thank you.
Thank you.